Okay, the Europa League final in Seville has finished 1-1 after 120 minutes. It went to penalties. Eintracht Frankfurt win the penalty shootout. Aaron Ramsey is the player with the miss. What can I say? I mean, he missed the 2019 final through injury. The 2022 final 3 years later. His penalty is saved. The game itself was an absolutely thrilling end-to-end cup final. Very open match. There should have been more goals in the game. It's a travesty. It only finished 1-1 after normal time and extra time. The 2 goals are absolutely brilliant. Aribo's goal comes from some really sloppy play by Eintracht Frankfurt in the early parts of the second half. It's a goal from nothing. Frankfurt being on top. The first half was very, very even. I think Rangers slightly edged the first half. Beginning of the second half, Frankfurt are applying wave after wave of pressure on the Rangers goal and Alan McGregor. Aribo, though, he's not an out-and-out centre-forward. He was playing out of position. He did a very, very good job playing out of position, I can tell you that. He took his goal very, very well. It's an opportunist goal. That was on 57 minutes. Rafael Bari's equaliser, though, from Kostic's pass. I think Kostic was at fault partly for the Rangers goal, but he makes up for it with his build-up play and his creativity for the Colombian centre-forward Rafael Bari to snipe one home in the box on 70 minutes. And I think after 90 minutes, that is a fair result. I think it is a fair result. I think both sides were very, very open. There was a lot of mistakes in the game. I think the heat and humidity had an impact on the game. The pace the game was played at could not be sustained for 90 minutes, let alone 120. There was a lot of sloppy play in there. It was very, very open. Both sides were trying to go for it in normal time. It just so happened that at the end of normal time, it was 1-1. Extra time's very similar. Momentum swinging both ways. There was periods where Frankfurt were on top. There were periods where Rangers were on top. Both goalkeepers had to be on their game. McGregor and Trapp had brilliant games that you could not fault either goalkeeper. Much like in the Liverpool-Chelsea FA Cup final, both goalkeepers were fantastic and superb. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending which way you look at it, it has to go to penalties. All penalties are successful apart from Aaron Ramsey's. He's tried to go down the middle. He was brought on, I think, far too late in the game to have an impact, and I think that lies with Van Bronckhorst. I think Aaron Ramsey should have been brought on possibly in the second half rather than in late on in extra time. I think his introduction was I think, too late to have an impact. And Aaron Ramsey is a big game player. Throughout his career, he's proven that. Throughout his career, and if you can hear outside, there is a massive thunderstorm. It's just equally as humid here as it is in Seville. And on the night, I mean, the atmosphere was brilliant. The Frankfurt fans, the Rangers fans, they kept up the atmosphere throughout there. They were brilliant. Both sets of fans were brilliant. I have to admit, the energy they put in, the atmosphere they put in. There was huge question marks before the game in regards to the ticket allocation for both sides. We do know there's an approximate number of about 100,000 Rangers fans who didn't have tickets for the final making their way to Seville. A smaller number of Frankfurt fans without tickets, around 30,000, made their way to Seville. Real Betis' ground hosted a lot of the fans with the big screens. Around 57,000 Rangers fans were put up in Real Betis' ground. There was several fan zones in the cities. About 130,000 fans without tickets went to Seville. There has been, unfortunately, some fan disorder before the game in the build-up, which, again, is a stain on the game. How that will be reported by the mainstream media is it's on social media. Who's at fault, we shall see. But there was several ugly incidents outside some bars and restaurants in the city centre earlier in the day, which I think has put a dark stain on an otherwise fantastic final. Of course, next week we have the Europa Conference League, the first ever final between Rome and Feyenoord in Triana in Albania, and then of course we have the Champions League final between Liverpool and Real Madrid. But Eintracht Frankfurt, very hard to tell between the two sides, but I think they just deserved it on the night. Rangers, fair credit to them, they really put in a performance. Of course, it's parallels of 12 years ago, isn't it? In Manchester against St. Petersburg. But as I say, it was very, very hard to tell the sides apart. They were both really going for it for the entire the entire match, and credit to Eintracht Frankfurt, they win on the night, but on another night Rangers win the penalty shootout. And hard luck for Aaron Ramsey. I think that's a bit unfortunate for Aaron Ramsey. Possibly the biggest game of his career, and he misses the penalty. And as I say, I think he was brought on too late to have a positive impact on the game. But there we go, Eintracht Frankfurt, winners of the 2021-2022 Europa League. Thank you very much for watching. Please place your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.